Hey everyone, it's Jill. We're continuing on in our Programming 101 series, and today we're focusing on a very important factor to consider: your preparation time. I want you to take a ride in your Wayback Machine to your last couple of concerts and think about how you felt the week leading up to those concerts. If you felt confident and sure that your kids were going to nail it, then great, you can skip this one. But if you felt like the students may fall apart on the concert and you felt kind of frantic and nervous about it, or alternatively, if you felt like maybe they were a little bit bored and kind of over it, then you may have some work to do. The amount of prep time that you have between performances can have a big impact on the student success at that performance. And if you can't change the amount of time before the performance, then you might have to look at changing up some of your programming. And there's a few things that you can consider when you're doing that. Number one is, of course, your difficulty level. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily if they were struggling to change the whole concert and make it all easier, or if they were bored, make the whole thing harder. You can just take one or two pieces and give them an extra challenge or a little easier time with a portion of the concert. Number two is concert length. So if the students can handle an extra piece on their concert, if you have that kind of prep time, then that's a great way to introduce some more variety. Or if you find like, oh, we're trying to do 5 pieces and it's just not all coming together, there's nobody in the history of the world that's ever been mad at a shorter concert. And number 3 to consider is your learning goals. And different skills take different amounts of time to build. For instance, learning to play in a new key signature might be the work of 2 or 3 class periods, but learning to play long and tapered phrases can take months at a time, and it's an ongoing process. And so you want to think about what skills you're building in the literature that you're working on and how long you want to focus on those skills in the literature and also your supplemental work. Long story short, when you're evaluating whether or not you want to play a particular work on a concert, then you need to consider realistically how long it's going to take your students to learn and if you have the time for it. If you don't, maybe save it for another performance. And if you find that it's going to be a quick study and your students might get bored with it, then maybe also consider pairing something else with it that will be a little bit more challenging and skill building. That's all for today. Catch you next time.